Hey everybody, this is Sharina with Sharina Shack Scraps, and I am doing a banner video for you guys today. See if I can make this story short. I did a live streaming class doing this banner a couple weeks ago for a fun swap we were doing online, and it was my first Google Hangout and live streaming video, and well, needless to say, the first 15 minutes I was trying to figure out why I was broadcasting, but I couldn't find anybody to talk to. Turned out that I was talking to myself for 15 minutes while everyone else was watching me fumble around with my computer. So I thought I'm going to redo this video so that you don't have to watch me trying to figure out all the technological difficulties and still be able to enjoy this project. Okay, so here is this is the Shabby Banner. This is how I do it, and you can totally take this in a different avenue if you want to, but let me give you some supplies. This is a 12 by 6 piece of chipboard. This makes a 5 pennant banner. So if you want more or less pennants, you can adjust sizes or get multiple pieces of cardstock accordingly to whatever it is you want to do. So this is a 12 by 6 piece of chipboard. Did I say chipboard or cardstock? Chipboard. And then you need some pieces of paper, and you can do all the same color or different pieces of paper, and as you can see I've already cut mine, but these are between 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 or 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, because we're going to cut them out of these, but somewhere in there is about the right size that you're going to need. And I used 5 different colors. You're going to need a hole punch or crocodile, and then Mod Podge or some type of sealer for your paper. And of course the paintbrush. You're also going to want some trims, lace, jute, ribbons, whatever it is that you like to use on your projects. And then any embellishments as desired. Some flowers, burlap letter. You can do chipboard letters. I have some other banners that I've made, and I use some really fun chipboard letters and stuff too. And then of course you're going to want to use the adhesives of your choice that you like to use, and that can be different according to your climate as well. So first of all, I'm going to tell you how to cut this, and as you can see I've already cut mine apart. But okay, here we start at the beginning. Here we go. I put my ruler down and I just make a little tab mark. Where's my pencil? There it is. At the 2, the 6, and the 10. We'll say it again, the 2, the 6, and the 10. And then at the bottom we put little tick marks at 4 and 8. And then you're going to connect the dots and draw a line, which will make these cute little triangular banner looking things. Then cut them out however you like to cut them out. You can use your X-Acto knife, you can use your paper cutters, especially those of you who have some really good hefty ones, however you want to cut it out. If I even use scissors if I can get away with it, because my wrist hurts when I use an X-Acto knife too much. So cut them out however you want. And then what I do next is, then it will look like this. And this zigzag pattern is what makes you utilize your chipboard as much as possible. We can throw these pieces away, or you can find a different use for them. And then you can lay out your banner pieces. And I'm going to set these aside because we're going to I'm going to show you how I cover it. And I've already covered these because I did it on my live stream video that did not turn out so good. So I'm just going to use just a piece of chipboard, but you would do this same thing on these ones. You can use Mod Podge or whatever type of glue, but I would use a wet glue. And here I'm just using Tacky glue to get it down. Now if you have problems with puckering and bubbling of your paper, that drives me crazy. Okay, so the paper and the chipboard, I line it up so I don't have to cut as much as I don't have to. And then I use my brayer, my stamping brayer, and I just squish it. So all the glue gets squished flat, and then I don't have any glue puckers, which is fabulous. Okay, and then when that's done, I use my X-Acto knife to run just along the edge of the chipboard, and it cuts it out just exact. Isn't that cool? What a cool thing, huh? Okay. You can leave this like this. I like to just take my fingernail and round the edges down just a little bit. And then I like to sand it. I sand my edges down, which makes, if I had had any jagged cutting, that smooths out the jagged cutting. It takes off the excess edges of the paper as well. And if you tend to sand across the top, I'm making a mess. As you can see along this edge, I have this sanded line. Now with my banner, I left it there, but in other banners that I've used, I've got my inker out and then inked those edges, and that's just another way, another idea for you. So you can ink the edges or you can leave them, but I just sand those edges right down. Another tip is be careful with the corners when you're sanding. They tend to flip up and get a little munched. If you like that look, great. If you don't, just be careful on your corners. So after I have all those set, and as you can see, that glue is squished flat. Can't even tell. Awesome, huh? All right, so I'll take you to the banner, my pieces that I've already done here, and I've labeled them so I won't get confused. Is that funny? Okay, get this out of my way, and this out of my way. So now I have my banner pieces. Now, you can do this before or after. Some banners I have done it beforehand, some of them I have done it after, but these holes right here, they are, man, just not even a 1/4 inch in from the two sides, but not quite 1/8 of an inch, so somewhere in the middle. And I just punch them. I use my crocodile, but you can use whatever tool you have for you. Oh, and I forgot, back up. Okay, after you're done putting your paper on, seal them with Mod Podge or some type of sealer. Just seal your paper because you're going to want to be able to dust these and take care of them to hang them on the wall. So don't forget to seal them. Okay, fast forward again. Now punch the holes in both sides. Now in another banner I did, I wanted to put the lace over top and then I punched over the lace. So punch the holes now, punch the holes later. Yeah, it's kind of up to you if you've got an idea. But I did it now so you can see what it was and how I did it. All right. I'm not going to thread my banner all the way through, but I want to show you kind of how I do it so that you will have an idea of how to get the ends done. So this time I'm going, you can thread it this way and have it your jute or your ribbon or whatever trim you've decided to use that you're going to hang all your banners on. You can have it showing in the front, or you can do it like the way I'm going to do it. And whoops, I dropped it. And I want it in the back because I want something else to be showing in the front. So all of my pieces are going to connect with, you're only going to see a little tiny bit of it. And yes, I put tape on the end of this just because it makes it easier to thread. Just like that. And then you just keep connecting it. See, I only have a little bit that you can see in between as opposed to where it would be covering all of it on the back. Yeah, okay. Now I show you that and I would keep threading it, but I want to show you how you do it on the back, or this is the best way I found to do it. Take your hot glue, put a dab of hot glue right here, and then put your other, the opposite end. Let's see, and this is, I've left myself about 6 to 8 inches excess on this end. So I put it on the back, glue it down. Once that's glued down, then I can tie this in a knot. Maybe I should glue it down before I tie it in a knot. That might be easier to show you, huh? Of course, do a better job than what I'm doing, but you kind of get the right idea here. I'll slide it in. Pretend like I did a fabulous job. But once you tie it in a knot, it reinforces the strength of your banner hanging point from the front and from the back. So that knot will really help, and that will come in really handy when you're trying to do that part. Okay, so I'm going to stop threading that right here. You can pretend like I finished. Doesn't it look beautiful? Of course. Okay, at this point, it is completely up to you. Your design. One thing I want to remind everybody, you craft and you love it because you do it because you love it. So do whatever makes your heart sing, okay? Now in this project, I'll just kind of throw things down so you'll have a general idea of what I had in mind. I have this beautiful pink lace that I want to put down, and then I have these fun little pearls that I wanted to lay on top, which is why I waited. I wanted to thread my banner first because I don't want to see the jute that it's hanging from. I just wanted to cover it up and have it look all girly. Super cute and girly. And then you can use all sorts of fun stuff. I've used chipboard. I have used, oh, I'm drawing a blank. What's it called? Burlap. Burlap paper. I've used chipboard letters, bling, flowers, more ribbons, so many wonderful fun things. And I just have a few ideas here that I'll kind of show. I'm just going to throw them down here and give you an idea. This is burlap. I want to show you how to make this because this was just kind of a fluke chance that I was able to discover how to do this. And I'm going to put that there, and I think I liked this kind of idea. All right, this one here, a big white flower. I do know my colors. And I don't know if I want this or not. We'll throw it in here and I'll decide later. I can't decide. And I'm gonna do something swirly up here. And then this one here is going to look something like this. Now I've played with this so that I would be able to kind of show you how this works. And this is just a flower banner. I'm not adding any letters or anything to this. And then I like to, after I've got my jute or whatever you're hanging it with tied at the ends, I like to add a ribbon or a flower or a bow or something so there's like a beginning and an end to the banner. And this is just fabric, random fabric that I have distressed the edges. And that is how I make my shabby banners. You can add a lot more, you can take a lot less, you can do buttons, bows, then possibilities are endless. I think it would be fun to do a mixed media one, so I'll show you how that goes as we go. Let me show you how I created these little things. This kind of experimenting and playing, but I was making some burlap banners out of some fabric, or some burlap fabric, and I had just this extra piece, and of course my banners were triangles, and so my piece was cut on an angle, so as you can see there's a lot of this was cut off the angle of the piece. Does that make sense? If it was straight up and down, it would give you a little bit different look. And then I was trying to get a piece or do something, or I was holding it, I don't even remember anymore, and I went like this and I was like, oh no, oh great, now what am I gonna do? Okay, how can I make this work for me? And so I thought, well, what if I pull in the middle? So I pulled in the middle and I thought, hey, that's kind of a fun idea. What do you think? So I just kept pulling, and look how different. Not any one comes out the same. Oh, I also put Jiffy on this to stiffen it up, which makes it harder to pull. Okay, this one might not pull for me. Stiffy, not Jiffy, sorry. There we go. And you can just distress it up as you go and make another fun thing to do burlap with. So anyway, hoped you had fun watching this tutorial. This one turned out much better than the one that I tried to do live, but don't worry, I'll try and do another live one again soon, and make sure you visit my website at SharinaShack.com and my blog for sure at SharinaShackScraps.blogspot.com. Thanks, and we'll see you later. Bye!